Morning, it's Julie here at Portfolio I wanted to speak to you this morning because I had just really on the back of an email that I had from a student's parent who I've been in touch with over the last probably 3 or 4 months. And I know it's exam season and I wish you all luck. I know a lot of you are doing exams at the moment, hoping that they're going well. But that was really what I wanted to talk to you a little bit about, was I suppose my role as somebody who's working with students on portfolios is really important, because we all know that the portfolio is really important. But what I'm also finding is more and more important these days is exam grades. And many of the universities do have quite high threshold. You know, they're looking for so many A's and B's at A level or at higher, and yeah, I think students have in the past perhaps thought that the portfolio is the most important thing, and I would say over and above, yes, you do need to be qualified. You need to be qualified, and I'm seeing more and more in some applications that there's kind of typical grades, so you might be looking at two B's and 2 C's at somewhere to be getting in, but often they take higher, so they'll say typical grades are 2 B's and 2 C's, but you know, often students are getting higher grades, and if they have a higher portfolio as well, you know, if they're scoring higher on the portfolio, then those students are going to be given the offers over those maybe with a really good portfolio but the grades aren't quite so high. So it does cause a few problems in my eyes, because myself was never particularly studious at school. My grades weren't very good. I went off and did a foundation course. My grade in art, I mean, I wanted obviously we all want A's, don't we? My grades in art weren't great. Not because I don't believe I wasn't very good, but I don't think I was really aware of what they were assessing me on. Okay, and that's something that I think is really important to get clear. I spoke with a friend and her daughter recently too about exams and how to make improvements, and I think it's really important that you have a really good understanding of actually what's the assessment criteria, what are they looking at to assess you on. And it's broken down. In art and design you might think, well, what can there be? I'm good at drawing, I'm good at using watercolours, I can make lifelike drawings. But actually, when you look at the exam sort of breakdown, the assessment, it really does break it down much more than that. So I would say to you, if you are struggling in your exams, or you've got mock exams at the moment and you're finding that you're not getting the grades that you're looking for, I would be looking for, on the exam board websites, I would be going to, you know, AQA, Edexcel, whichever exam board you're working to, and downloading the course specification, which gives you guidance on the different areas that are being assessed. And they look at how they kind of categorise what is an A, what is a B, what is a C, and they use certain terminology that tells you, you know, what they would expect to see from a student who's performing at an A grade. It might seem quite, what's the word, a bit detailed, a bit not very creative, but if you need to get into some of these really kind of high achieving universities where you do need high grades, then it is really important that you get these grades, and then that your portfolio is, you know, working as well. I saw a really good quote on my feed last week, and it was, don't be upset from the results that you didn't get from the work that you didn't do. And that kind of sounds a little bit harsh, I know. I worked really hard in my A-level art, and I was really upset by the results that I got. And if you are working really hard and the results that you are getting aren't what you want, something's wrong, isn't it? Something's wrong that you're possibly not understanding what it is that's being asked. Okay, if you're working all hours and you're really devoted and you're not getting those grades, it's really demoralizing. And it doesn't mean that you're not able, and it doesn't mean that you're not capable of getting good grades. But I would say to you that perhaps your understanding of what is being assessed is kind of a bit askew somewhere. Okay, so I'm happy to talk to folk about this. If you want to leave a message below, or if you want to private message me, that's absolutely fine. I've done this before with A-level students, and yeah, it's just a bit more, it's really just a little bit about getting an understanding, a better understanding of how your work's being assessed. I'm going to finish up here. I'm getting to a busy road, but hopefully that helps. There's all kinds of really good study aids as well, actually. You know, if you're in Scotland, the books that are, I think they're just called How to Pass Nat 5 Art, How to Pass Higher Art, How to Pass Advanced Higher Art. They are really good. All kinds of examples in them. You can get them from Waterstones, you can get them from WH Smith's, Amazon. And I'm sure they probably do them for a lot of the exam boards as well, you know, the A-level syllabuses. But yeah, don't just keep trudging on thinking, I'm not getting the grades I want, I can't be very good, I'm not very good. You know, we need growth mindset, and yeah, get some help. I say, let me know if I can help you, give me a call, message me. But I do hope your exams are going well, or mock exams if that's what you've got. I am running a portfolio strategy session, maybe a little bit early for some of you if you're doing exams, but on May the 30th at 7 p.m. I'm going to be running an online live strategy session where we'll look at just a bit of planning. It's not really to start your portfolios now, but just to start thinking about, you know, getting organised for the next intake, which will be 2024. And really getting a good start on starting your portfolio kind of come the end of the summer. August time is the best time really to get started with that. So I'll put a link to the sign up form in the comments below this. So it's May the 30th, I think it's a Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. on Zoom, and yeah, all sorts of resources and some things to think about, some advice, some tips, some free things to go away and work on, a small kind of worksheet that you can making some notes on as we talk. And yeah, hope you're well, good luck in your exams, and we'll see you soon.